Hey, what's up YouTube? I'm here bringing you another build concept video. As many of my friends know, I am a iShot connoisseur, I guess you can call it. I don't know. I love iShot. I play iShot every league. As such, I always try different ways, different builds, different ways to min-max it. Now, my my iShot currently is rocking a dex stack build with a healthy 1064 dex. You may notice that I have 4 unallocated points. Well, those are actually for a non-damaging ailment cluster that goes right here. I'm currently only using 1-7 passive voices. That's just because I need the clusters. The clusters I have are area clusters, magnifier, powerful assault, assert dominance, magnifier. Basically, I want as much area of effect as possible, and my last cluster is a non-damaging ailment. The last cluster is there because there is a notable that says chilled enemies are shocked, shocked enemies are chilled. And I have a 6 passive, but I don't own a 4 passive, and I need this slot open for my Corrupted Blood. Currently I am running 1 Inspired Learning, and the same Brutal Restraint as if you've seen my other videos as I have there. This Brutal Restraint is 5, 10, 15, 20 flat. So I believe that's 20% and 20 flat. And then I have elemental damage, and if I want I can get more elemental damage. But for the sake of this video, I'm just gonna, show you that. It's a pretty crazy roll. I'm currently 98. I often host 5 ways with my self-curse for my guildmates. I am res capped, though I have to kind of cheat my way to get res capped. I have to use this. I do use Wind Dancer. That is because I am a Deadeye. Deadeye Ascendancy. I currently don't have it set up, but normally I spec these 2 nodes in. Currently I'm set up for a lot of clear, a little bit of bossing, and then Tailwind. And standard GG boots. You don't have to replicate these, you can use any boots. And then Explode Chest. And so the point of this build is to stack area of effect on iShot and stack area of effect beta. This is 10% increased area of effect right here. Obviously I have a Headhunter and I'm dex stacking, so I use this. Rings are just dex, res, 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 dex, res, res, res. So without further ado, let's get into a standard map. Well, let's do one of these because I haven't done one of these in a while. Don't know if that one's reflect, so we're just gonna do a Legion map real quick. Pop in Legion. I'll leave those 4 nodes unspec'd. Doesn't really matter. I could spec them into here for more speed, or over here for movement speed. Excuse me, sorry about that. As I've said in my self-curse video, I am on a PS4. Performance is an issue sometimes, but not that often. Alright, oh, I have Delirium Mirror. I guess that's a good test. Oh, you can already feel the stuttering lag. Hooray. But as you can see, there's nothing really that's a challenge. Just deleting things. I'm not even sure if there's anything living. Rares live, but they don't live very long, so I don't really mind. As you can see, I do have stutters. This is a PS4, so performance issues can happen and will happen. And what do you say we get a whole bunch of loot for no reason because we have a Legion open? And that's the Legion done. Looks like my map's in timeout, so I have to press on. Let's hit this ritual real quick. I do have a Drox coming up, so that's cool. Alright, that's that ritual done. As you'd expect from a, you know, self-curse, not self-curse, ice shot build. I'm just, there's just nothing left alive. And we can quickly dispatch the boss. It's not too fast, but I have no buffs and I'm respectably killing him. Oh. Please, thank you. Alright. Let's just dim the fog. See what we get. Bunch of loot. Alright, well, basically, long story short, what I am doing is I am using the fact that Ice Shot is an area gem, and I use the enchant, I use the area clusters, and I use the gem itself with a 10% area of effect to kind of use all of the area, to hit all of the enemies at once, essentially. I actually am losing damage in my current setup, and I'll show you why right now. So when I shoot, long story short, I shoot one volley of arrows. That volley of arrows then goes out and chains, I believe, thanks to my bow once, and then we can chain for, what, 3 more times? So I chain 4 times. Each time it chains, it'll usually chain to the nearest enemy, and the area is big enough to hit all of the enemies in that area. This is right here an example of why I like the Breath Stealer gloves, the Blight exclusive. I call them Blight Stealer. I do it a lot. I'm mildly, I just have my way. I have a way of calling things the way I want them to, pretty much. But yeah, those are the Blight Stealer gloves in action. You know, I'm already getting Headhunter buffs. I have 32, and then you stand next to these, and it's like having an extra 20. Let's see what we get. Are we lucky? We're never lucky. But I got Scorched Fossils, I guess. Alright, well, it's just to grab some junk. Doesn't really matter. I don't really care to reroll right now. Yeah, that is the build, essentially. I think I'm missing a Legion, so I'm gonna go find that real quick. But first, I don't have it on me. Normally, I drop Added Cold, and the reason for this is because I have enough dexterity that I have enough flat damage just to one-shot things, essentially. Things that live are usually the things that my arrows don't directly touch, things that it's like AoE that it's chained from or something, but anything I'm directly hitting is usually dead, with the exception of a few super tanky rares and stuff like that. So I usually use Greater Multiple Projectile Awaken, and that gives me 5 more arrows, and 5 more arrows, as you know, will overlap onto each other. Just like that, Legion is dead and cleared. It's a 2-second Legion clear. Pretty sure I'm missing something because the music's not stopped. Oh, I am. Half the Legion. Oh, now the Legion's cleared. There you go. Alright, and that is that. That is essentially the build. Sorry, I'm kind of new to this whole YouTube thing, so I am a bit quiet. But as I get used to it and get more comfortable with this, I hope that people will stick around and can talk about some builds. And essentially, that is that. That's my current variation of ice shot for this league. Now you would think having 341 added cold would be better than having more arrows, and most cases you're right. If you're having an issue early on in the build, getting those arrows sometimes is a pretty good thing to do. Ignore my mess, I hoard a lot. Sorry you have to see me hoard. I saved those for a friend, so... Alright... I gotta find my greater multiple. There it is. I don't use GMP when I self-curse. I use chain and added cold. And the main reason is I want to get my first few kills as fast as possible. Now, I have another bow that I like to play with. It is this one. This bow is just a crit bow, as I call it. The gain phase is cold. I like that because of the whole Assassin's Garb. You can use either one of the bows. If you look at both of them, they're both pretty crazy. You don't have to, but I do recommend if you're going to do something like this, you do some sort of deck stack. Now my current bow obviously has the area of effect thing, which is, you know, when I'm stacking area of effect, it's kind of more helpful. This one has speed, so it's just a completely different build. Gloves are a flexible slot for this build. I've managed to pull off doing all kinds of crazy stuff. Ideally, I want to get enchanted, anointed gloves, and then I want to double corrupt them to add a curse. Ideally with Whispers of Doom on them. I have a couple I bought for that reason. We'll figure that out when the time comes, I suppose. And other than that, that is that. That's my build. Hopefully anyone enjoys this setup.